Question 1c. The distribution of ages of English teachers is also assumed to be normal, with a mean of 40. So we can draw our normal distribution curve, and we know that the mean, which is always in the middle, is going to be 40. If the probability that a randomly chosen English teacher is younger than 45 is 0.7, what is the standard deviation of the ages of English teachers? So, the standard deviation we're trying to find. We're told that the probability that somebody is 45 or less is 0.7. So we draw the 0.45 on our graph there, and that is going to be 0.7. So we already know the probability. What we then have to do is we have to use the Z, so it's a question mark, we have to use the Z value, because Z equals x minus mu over sigma, which is on the formula sheet. We know x, that's our cutoff. We know the mean, which is 40. We don't know the standard deviation, we're trying to find that. And therefore, if we have Z, we can substitute into this formula and we can find the missing value for the standard deviation. So the Z value is the normalized value if we have a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So what we're looking at is now, what is this cutoff point such that 0.7 or 70% of the values are below it. So on our calculator we go to stat mode, distribution normal, and we're going to do an inverse normal problem because we already know the probability. So the tail is coming through from the left, the area is 0.7, the standard deviation is 1, and the mean is 0. And that tells us the Z value is 0.524, which is sufficient for 3 significant figures. Okay, so now we can go back to this formula. We now know the Z value is 0.524, and we can put in our actual values now. X, well, our cutoff was 45, minus our mean was 40, and that's divided by the standard deviation. So we could write a bit more simple. 45 take away 40 is 5 over sigma. Now you might want to use a formula triangle just to help you work out what calculation to do next to work out what sigma is. Filling into this formula triangle, 0.524 is equal to 5 over sigma. So now we can find how to find sigma. Sigma can be found, we put our finger over it, by doing 5 divided by 0.524. So we know that sigma is going to be 5 divided by 0.524. And so the value of the standard deviation is 9.54.